would if it was my woman. She's not my woman. And don't get this shit twisted. I ain't looking for a woman like that. Like we and we I got kids. So I ain't even in her category, or and she's not in mine, cuz just the mentality I don't really fuck with. A lot of things I feel like it's manipulation and control. That's just my only opinion. She's a beautiful, smart, intelligent female. I don't agree with everything. She does say a lot of like shit that I do agree with, but I don't agree with this outfit. You attract what you are. And to me, bro, like what's the purpose of having to show all your like what is the purpose? Like is it like a tease? Is it for attention? Is it for clickbaits? Because as beautiful as you are, you don't have to like your body is a temple. I think we have gone away as women, and you grown, you do what the fuck you want to do. But I listen to her and how she listen, like how she and her father is, how she talk about her father. I just think some things are missing out of what she's saying. Cause I think about how me and my daughter is, and my daughter and everybody's different. But my daughter know damn well, I don't care how old you is. We like I don't care, bro. Like, and she can be grown, and I probably had this argument and disagreement, and I ain't really finna have it, especially with nobody who ain't got kids. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm not finna have this argument with you. If you ain't got kids, you don't have a daughter, don't even come at me with this shit. Cause like I'm really not. I'm not the same AJ right now. I'm kind of going, trying not to go back to the old AJ, but a lot of my emotions have led me back to that war. I'm on one. So until I literally heal and cope with what I'm going through, please don't come at me with nothing. Cause I ain't coming at you with nothing. I don't bother nobody and ain't finna bother nobody. I'm just giving my opinion and that's it. Like I said, she gonna do whatever she wants. She making the money. She's beautiful, but like I say this right. If you a if you a if you a man of success or a man of high value, this go back to the question of is this something that a high value woman wears? You feel me? Is this what high value women wear? I don't believe high value women have to do all this to get the attention. I ain't seen bad, beautiful women in fucking um just dressed down beautiful, bro. Sometimes, bro, wondering what happened to going back to wondering what's underneath the clothes. Or not even wondering what's that. Why I can't even just, you feel me? Like it's the mindset. Why can't I be attracted to, because I'm gonna be real with you. If I look at this, I'm not even thinking about your mindset right now. So as a man, like I don't care what women tell you, bro, you will never know what a man feels or how a man, okay, how much you think you study a man. You don't know how a man nature unless you a man. And the problem is, what's up, Momo? About what? You gonna take it up? You try, hold on. I don't want to say what I want. Yeah, y'all. So like, I, I don't like as a high value man, right? And however you feel as a man, could this come back to backfire you in on a top rated meeting? Cause like if you ain't never been in these meetings before and shit like this, when your women is on the side of you, bro, they be looking at shit like this, bro. They look at shit like this. Mind you, when you your own boss and however, bro, it probably don't even matter. But I just, to me, right, is this the image that we want to give to our young girls? That it's okay to walk around half naked and have to show your body for attention. Like it's not like I ain't never raised my daughter like, and that's why I'm just speaking on me. I ain't raising my daughter to be like this, and I'm not raising my daughter to be like this. Feel me? She don't have to. She thinks with her mind, bro. She thinks with this, bro. You don't have to use all this to get no fucking attention. You beautiful how the fuck you is, bro. My daughter get attention and she dressed, but she got her own style, and it ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm thankful for that. But like I said, bro, I don't know where her attentions is and why she does the shit she do with this shit. Like because she talk a good game and a lot of shit, and a lot of females like this love this type of attention, bro. Like everybody don't want this type of attention. You feel me? Everybody like, and one thing we know, she ain't Muslim, cause they definitely ain't finna play this shit. The Muslim brothers don't play like this, bro. And that's why I kind of respect how they get down with certain on how they like. I'm not a religious type person, I'm very spiritual, but how they carry themselves with religion, you feel me? Like the only people I see like this is like people that go to church. I don't see like you don't see no Buddhist people like this. I don't see Jehovah's Witness like this. I don't even see Islam people like this, fam. Mind you, I don't know. They might do shit undercover. You feel me? Like I wasn't raised under this, and I see like this shit ain't cool, bro. Like this shit is like you are influence. You are, and you gonna have more females thinking this shit cool. Mind you, you got some immature motherfuckers out here who gonna come up to you and treat you like probably like a piece of meat. Cause that's all they gonna see. They not gonna see the beauty. They not gonna look at your eyes. They not gonna look at your teeth. They not gonna try to get to know who you are. They gonna be distracted by all that. It's in like I don't care what you think, bro. It's in like a man nature, bro. It's just like I can't even really explain that shit, bro, right now, dog. Like, and I gotta do better with that because I've been off my game so much, bro. But to me, like I said, niggas can get mad. They can get in my comments about niggas ain't put like a lot of y'all motherfuckers be mad because y'all just ain't like articulate and y'all can't talk about nothing. Y'all communication skills suck, so you get mad at a nigga that can really sit on this podcast. Like I had to really bite my tongue and not kick this nigga ass in my car today who got mad because I was listening to the Joe Biden podcast. Like motherfucker, I'm always studying different people on podcasts. I don't matter if who it is, Charleston White, Joe Budden. I used to listen to $1 Million Worth of Game. I used to listen to Nori and them. I listen to about everybody, but you one of them 285 niggas, and then you trying to be street, nigga. I dropped you off in Conyers. And fucking Conyers, dog. Like, why do niggas want to be hard all the fucking time? Like, I can't stand bitch ass niggas like this. Like, nigga, you went, bro. Like, I can't stand hoe ass niggas. That's why your bitch ass was probably out getting drunk on Christmas by yourself. Y'all niggas be trying to goddamn drain y'all pain with alcohol, bro. Y'all some fuck niggas, dog. And I hate fuck niggas. I hate street niggas that want to be fuck niggas. 46 years old and you still got the same mentality, Devin. Bitch ass nigga. And it like I pray, like I be having so like the whole back so much from losing everything that I built, bro. And I can't stand these niggas out here, dog. Like I really wish I could just take my kids and move to like a spot where it's just us, our house, and some fucking land. Cause I really don't like niggas. I don't fuck with y'all niggas. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. And I apologize. I ain't got off topic, y'all, but I'm just that shit really just hurt my nerve, bro. I'm already grieving my brother. I miss my brother, and niggas be trying shit when they get drunk, and I be ready to show you why I ain't that nigga to play with, bro. But let's keep it positive, bro. I'm gonna play this first clip and we gonna go here. It's pretty like I got a lot of clips on here, y'all. So y'all bear with me, but it's gonna be one of these ones.
Wow, I love that you said that. You're so on point. He went and put out a flute on the street and said, if anyone sells to her, then
got to deal with me.
Got to deal with me. And after he seen that he couldn't control or take everybody out, right? At some point, from what he told me, he had to put his hands up and he had to just let life take its form. And the beautiful thing is that at some point before he passed away, thank God, my mother ended up being, she got some health conditions that handicapped her where she couldn't pick her arms up and she couldn't even move or walk. And it was in her addiction. And I remember her calling me saying, baby, I can't lift my hands. And I'm like, huh? And so we spent years of having her go to different specialists and seeing what they can do. And finally, my good friend, Dr. Ursno Romo, he said she needs surgery, or she has a degenerated disc disease. It's never going to get better. So anyway, she had surgery. When I tell you that God keeps his promises, and he does hear your prayers. And the funny thing is, Shannon, all my life I prayed for her to be off drugs, to be off drugs, to be off drugs. When I finally told God, you know what, I no longer can pray that because it's starting to consume me. I'm going to let you have her. Now, I'm going to pay bills, and I'm going to feed her. So I'm going to always take care of my mother. But as far as her trajectory of her life, I got a hands off.
That's in your hands.
Hands off. That's when her health condition came upon her, and he broke her down to where she couldn't even move. And after her surgery, she came home, and it was just her and I, and she had a bag that she had to use the bathroom in. She couldn't get up. I mean, nothing. It was an 8-hour surgery, and they removed all of her discs, and it was just so intense. She ain't touched a drug ever since then. She is now the vice president of my company. She has her own healthcare company where she helps people who are disabled like herself. That is her company, her business that she started. She cooks and cleans and runs my entire household. I bought the house. She makes it a home. And so when I tell you again that God will give you back the time that the locusts and the cake and worms took, I am not playing. But the key to him doing that is your obedience to him. And you know, the Bible says it's better to be obedient than sacrifice. And I was obedient to his word, and I never wavered in well doing, even with the adversity that was going on with my mom being on that. When I turned her over to him, God showed me the power of surrender. And from that day, my mom has been sober. She has been the best mother that me and my brother can ever ask for. She does everything she's never done as a child. And to this day, I still look at her sometimes across the room. I'm like, she is really like sober and a mom.
Wow.
And it's natural, and she's doing this, and we're here. And, you know, that's something that when someone's in addiction for 20, 25 years,
that's hard habit to break.
You don't break it. They usually die.
Yeah.
At the hands of that substance.
Right.
So just always wanting to give God that glory. But I want people to know that God's promises are always sitting right there available for you. And I'm telling you, what breaks that promise open is our obedience and our trust and our faith in him. That's all we need. He don't ask for much. And faith isn't something that we know. Faith is an action word. Belief is an action word. It is keeping your commitment to God, doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. Also saying, God, and this is my affirmation to this day, I said, God, I don't know what's going on, but I know that I trust you. As long as I can trust you, I can nest in you, then I know that I'm good. And so I show up to whatever GPS God gives me, and I say, but I showed up. And when I tell you, he always does everything in the perfect position and in the perfect alignment when you just show up. See, people think they got to know everything. If I know everything, or if I don't know everything, I should say, then I can't show up. I don't know how to do it. But what does God say? That I am.
But if you know everything, that's not faith.
And that's
faith
not
is
God.
believing in the unknown. That you're going to take this leap and know that everything's going to be okay.
And faith is a spirit thing. It's not an ego thing. Faith is I know like I know like I know. It's not I think. And it's also you saying that I understand that if God is closer than my breath, then he can't be outside of me. So that's why he says, I never leave you or forsake you, because he can't. And I want to wrap on this. He also says, if you make your bed in hell, there I am. That means that God allows you to have your free will because he loves you. But if your free will happens to be in hell, he's not going to stop you, but he'll be in there with you, which means all you got to do is tap him because he's there. Ask. And then he'll shift you. But how many of us are not willing to shift? Because we get so stuck in the dysfunction that we know, the dysfunctional relationships, the dysfunctional part of ourself that we know, that the shift becomes so scary, that the better is something that is uncertain. So we don't go to the better. We stay with what we know. And God says, well, I'll stay with you. But the Bible says, what reports will you believe? Will you believe the reports of your dysfunction, your trauma, you're not good enough, you're not qualified, that you are the things you've been through, you are the things that you see in your environment? Or will you believe the reports that I told you, that I'm the big dog, I'm the alpha, the omega, I'm omnipresent, that I know the plans I have for you when I formed you in the belly, and then plans were to prosper you, give you a good life, not to harm you. So whenever you are in harm, you're not in what? My plans. So how do you know when you're not in God's alignment? Is when it's you in harm. When it's not prosperous. Because he also says, think only on these thoughts that are prosperous, positive, and praiseworthy. The reason why he tells you that is because as a man thinketh,
so be it.
Come on, baby. So he's telling you what to think. So when you think on those thoughts, hold on, so are you. So the man that says he is and the man that says he is not are what? Both right. So God said, what reports will you believe? And I love you so much, I'll let you believe them. And even if you believe yourself in hell, I'm going to ride with you in there. There ain't a human that could ride like that. And this is why I tell people, I'm not here to be liked. I got a purpose. And my obedience is to God, not to y'all. Because as long as I'm obedient to God, we riding in his will. But the moment that I fall prey to dogma or being obedient to your thoughts or what you think or what you need, now I'm in your will. And the only thing that had Peter, who was walking on water to Jesus, depart and fall was because he took his eyes off the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And really quick, I got to say this because Peter called Jesus out. How many of us call God out? I'm asking for this. If it's really you, God, show up.
Sure.
Peter said, Jesus, if it's you and you real, call on me to walk on this water. Jesus said, I'm that dude. What's up? Peter got off his boat, walked on water. And Jesus said, all you got to do is keep your eyes on me because I'm the one you called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's blessing you.
He looked down and
He looked down, but you know why he looked down? Because a storm came. A storm. How many of us have been in storms that have us lose our faith, lose our walk, lose our goal, lose our focus?
Most of the time,
storm.
you know why? Because most of the time, that's the only time we really call on God is when we're in trouble. Like when we're prosperous, we're ascending to the top. We don't need Him. We need Him when, dang, lost my job. I lost this. I didn't get this promotion. Things happen in my life. I'll call on Him now. But when things was going good, you thought it was all you. You didn't know He was right there with you the whole while. He been riding. You was riding shotgun. He was driving, but you didn't realize that.
And when you called on Him, like Peter called on Jesus, when the storm came again, why did you take your eyes off of who already saved you from the last storm and the last storm and the last storm? This is why I say the only person I have to focus on is my God. The only person I'm obedient to is my God. It don't matter who don't like me. No one has to like me. I'm vertical in the God that's in me. Nothing else has to make sense for me because I'm not here for it to make sense. I'm here to do what? Trust Him in all my ways and acknowledge Him first.
Congratulations on your mom being sober.
So I got a question. She spoke a lot about God, right? Y'all think God is cool with the shit she be wearing? Y'all just asking me. And I like people love to bring up God and certain things and talk about when we lose God and certain things, bro. Like nobody's perfect. You feel me? Nobody's perfect, but and I want to say this, bro. People just pick certain Bible verses that they like to use. I do the same thing sometimes. I don't trust everything that has been written by King James. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not me. I had this saying people need to research the word J and like I told him the other day, bro, it's too much for me to go into on Facebook. But damn, what's that nigga name? Whoever the nigga I post, I forgot old boy name. The J was put into the alphabet in 1524, bro. You talking about that the J was switched? I mean, is that the English version for the Greek term? Oh damn, bro, I'm having a brain freeze today, bro. Like I forgot the name, but why is the Y still in the alphabet, bro? Why was the English term even switched, bro? Why didn't we just keep speaking Hebrew or Greek? Why was it? It's a lot of stuff people like to pick and choose to see out the Bible, dog. The Bible also talks in First Peter about being a good slave. Like it also talks about in John 14:20, where it says, "On that day you will realize that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you." Now, however you take that term, bro, is what you take it, bro. But how I look at that is God, like I am a God. God lives in us the same way, and you could take it. And like I said, I don't give a fuck if you like it, whatever, whatever. I'm not God. I'm not the holy. I'm not physically Him, but I am an image and creation of Him. His spirit lives in us, bro, and all of us, bro. We are all God. This is in the Bible. Like I said, people just be quoting scripture, but they don't be knowing. They just be hearing this shit. Cause half of them motherfucking time they don't really read the Bible. They just go off what the pastor be saying, and it sounds good to them, bro. It's a lot of things in the Bible, dog. And I with her, like, and I'm not saying she said anything really wrong or whatever. I really want to know, cause when I hear her talk, she talk a lot about her father, but she don't really go into depth about how her and her mother relationship was. And I'm gonna tell you, for a girl, man, that's damaging. It really is damaging, and I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm dealing with it firsthand, and it's damaging because a little girl needs her mother to teach her how to be a woman. But if her mother ain't never been taught how to be a woman, she ain't gonna be able to teach them. A lot of these women will pick or choose a man over, they'll say, like in the Bible, they said that I'm guessing the woman, and like you supposed to pick your mate over the child. I will never do that. And she said even in here, one of her when she was talking to Shannon, her and her dad had a 2 hour video, I mean argument over that, about him saying that he'll never, he's not pick a female over his child. I agree with him on that. I'm not doing that. That's why I tell people don't try to use the Bible on me, bro. Because one, to me, religion is what you believe, whatever, whatever. But bro, religion has a yearly date on it. Like it's been like, I think Christianity only been around 400 years. Islam been around 1,000. But those motherfuckers on this earth way before then. What were they even doing before then? They had spiritual stuff they was doing. But see what we like to do. And the J wasn't even in the Greek or Hebrew language. Oh, I think it was Yosef. Yeah, dang. Well, I forgot the wild name that we use. But even in Islam, they use Allah. They use a A. They believe in Jesus. If you go look at the Breakfast Club interview with one of the Nation of Islam dudes, he's one of their main people. He'll tell you Muslims believe in Jesus. They just have a different way of saying it, but they have a way. So you telling me that they can say Allah and we got Jesus, and that's supposed to be the English way, bro? That's why I was telling Mike, bro, you tripping on that one, dog. You tripping. That ain't. I don't agree with that. I never agree with that, bro. You feel me? But everybody have their own belief, and I tell you, bro, whatever you feel that gets you through the day in your faith, that's cool, bro. But don't try to make it seem like you know what you're talking about, man. I promise you, a lot of y'all don't do a lot of the research that y'all, and then y'all just don't believe what you see, because you feel like that's wrong because of what you've been taught. But a lot of y'all just been taught that shit. Y'all haven't really done the full research. You haven't studied every goddamn religion. You haven't done the basic research to really go to see how this been put. How King James was a fucking pedophile and he was sleeping with his mom and everything else. How King James had a fucking Bible, like a whole Bible group, where it was well known that they took 100 books out of the Bible, regular Bible, and created their own situation, like own Bible. Like is that's known facts. It's just known facts. It was a manipulation thing, bro. Not to say that everything in the Bible is wrong, because I don't believe that. I just feel like they took certain parts and flipped it. The Bible has been written, I don't know how many fucking times it's been written. I've said it before, Greek, Latin, and it's been written in English. For you to sit up here and say shit like that, bro, it's like you don't read Hebrew and you don't read Latin. I know this for a fact. So it's like, bro, we just be talking sometimes because we don't want to hear the actual faith, I mean, actual truth, because we've been taught one thing. But let me ask you this, right? As kids, we all, I can't say higher than nobody else, but we all thought Jesus was white, blue eyed, and this was angels was white, the Great Supper was white. The painting was like the Great Supper, that painting ain't even what we think it is. But that's another story for another day. And I don't give a fuck who get mad at me. Y'all half of y'all don't do y'all, like y'all really ain't out here researching every day, bro. I don't get really too much sleep, so when I'm up, I'm always, my mind is always running, and I'm always looking at shit, researching, trying to. I've always been this way, but a lot of times, man, like I said, bro, we just be going off shit that we taught, and that's fine if that's what you believe. But if you like, it's hard to break something that you've been taught and to reteach yourself the correct thing. You feel me? A lot of us, like I said, and it's a lot of still missing pieces and missing pieces of shit that we have been destroyed and probably would never be getting taught to us. But you can't tell me that that shit is right, but it's being taught when they got a white Jesus and you got black people and you got literally in the Bible telling us that Jesus had hair wood, I mean, fetal wood and all this stuff, like no hair wood. My bad. I'm just like I said, I'm having a brain freeze, y'all. Bear with me. But it was literally black people in this Bible, copper skin, all this, bro. So you didn't even reread. You didn't even rewrite the Bible correctly. I mean, you didn't even rewrite the Bible enough where you were smart enough to goddamn switch the shit. You kept that part, but you painted a white Jesus for manipulation. Mind you, white people are 1% melon and mostly Neanderthal. Like, we don't come from white people. So you can't sit up here and tell me the shit is right and it ain't, bro. But I'm gonna get to the next video, man. Y'all probably gonna kill me on this. I could give two fucks though.
Is what her daddy makes her. Straight up, especially when it comes to men. And she can easily be manipulated if you're a man who doesn't input the things in her that allow her to see red flags. My father would have real one-on-one conversations with me. He talked to me like his baby, but he also would say, you know, do X, Y, and Z. And it would be a and I like that because he talked to me straight up.
Right.
And he would explain to me that, you know, men use money to run power like this, or men may say these things that mean this. And so I had this open relationship where I was.
So you had the playbook.
I had the playbook. And I can come to him and say, Dad, you know, this is what's happening in my relationship. What does this mean? Even if it was sexual. Now, if it was sexual, he loved Jack and Coke. He said, baby, let me get my Jack and my Coke before we have that conversation. But he was very open to those conversations. But I want men to know that a woman is what her daddy makes her. And so it is your responsibility to build that woman up so that when she's out there, she has a realistic expectation of a man, not a fairy tale ideology. Because I ended up, to what you said earlier about, you know, you're never going to have a man. I ended up with a fairy tale ideology that I had to work through and process and unpack because I expected men to be this fairy tale that my father was. He was this knight shining armor. You call him, he's there. He bought me my first car. We're in Vegas and, you know, he was a drug guy. So we're in Vegas and I'm 16. He's giving me thousands and thousands to gamble, to spend. And that was reality for that type of guy. But my dad also told me if a man looks like me, smells like me, or acts like me, run. Do not bring him home and do not date him. So he never glamorized being a womanizer. He never glamorized having 6x5 women. He told me this is what daddy did, but I don't want this for you. And there's too many men who do those things. And because they are too egocentric, right, versus caring about their daughters, that they would glamorize their behavior so their daughters won't look at them in a certain way. But you are tearing her up because now she thinks that the right chosen person looks and acts like you. So when she brings you home, that's your problem. But my father told me from the beginning, it's a hard no. And when I did attempt to date, because I really never dated street guys, probably because he raised me like that. Right. I dated more like athletes when I was like a college athlete or some of that sort, or just a really good boy next door.
Y'all go ahead. I'm just go ahead. I'm just.
See, I told y'all he not messy, but he crafty. I told y'all that. See. But when I first tried to date my first little street guy, my dad didn't even. He said, "Let me see a picture." He said, "What do you do?" I said, "He does real estate." He said, just like he said, "That don't do real estate." I said. He don't. And my dad called me every day. I'm not lying, for 7 days to tell me to get rid of that man because one of them going to end up dead or in jail. So guess what?
You got rid of him.
The right thing to do.
Yeah. You said your dad said that if he ever got married, the wife would become before the kids.
He said the opposite.
The kids come first?
And I disagreed with him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I disagreed.
Absolutely.
We had literally almost a 2-hour debate. Me and my father would debate a lot. We have almost identical personalities.
Okay.
And he would never tuck his tail to anybody. I'm like the only person he'd tuck and say, baby, listen, if we got to agree to disagree, then that's fine. Or daddy's not trying to say nothing that's going to upset you. Baby, we saying the same thing. We saying because he's just trying to be daddy and not hurt me. But anybody else, it would have been... You know, just... It
is what it is, so move on.
Would have been war.
Yeah.
But we had a long conversation. He told me, because I had a fiance at the time who actually had 2 beautiful girls, and he was putting me before his adult daughters.
Yes.
And that's the right hierarchy.
Yes.
And my father said, he can do that in your household, but the woman in my house would never come ever before my kids. And I said, Daddy, I don't agree, and I'm your daughter. Right. I don't agree in that hierarchy. He said, you don't have to agree with what I do in my household, but when y'all come here, a woman will never come before my girls ever. And so, you know, but again, that's also a man who has 6 kids by 5 different women.
Right.
And I love my father, as y'all can see, but I'm also a realist. A man who can procreate with multiple women and not make a family with none of them or only one of them, that says a lot about his lack of respect for women in general.
Okay.
So I would have never expected my father to say that he respects a woman who he's romantic with so much that she would come before his kids. Because obviously the respect level for women was limited from the jump in order for you to be able to do things in that nature. And that's for any man, including my father.
You think that's a respect thing?
Yeah.
A man that he lacks respect for women. If he lays down and have kids with multiple women, he doesn't respect them. Is that what?
Yes, and in addition to that, he doesn't respect himself. And I also think that he lacks self-love. Any man who will lay with a woman unprotected, right, let's not just talk about obviously procreating that can happen. We're talking about health-wise diseases that can happen. He lacks.
What if he protected himself? Would it be better?
Now this is my thing. I do agree. I think that it's not about what we do, it's how we do it.
Okay.
So if a man wants to be a man who is very honest and transparent about, look, I'm just trying to be intimate. I'm in my intimate season.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have sex and have a good time, but we're going to do it safe. We're going to get tested and use protection, and no one's getting pregnant. And I'm telling you out in the front, there is nothing wrong with a transparent man who women are signing up to, or a transparent woman that men are going to sign up to be in alignment with.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
I'm talking about a man who is sleeping with the woman and the woman who's sleeping with the man, and both are unprotected. It ain't just the man's accountability. The woman is accountable as well.
Okay.
And now you have multiple families and multiple homes that are broken. We have an issue here. That is a bad decision-making crisis in our community. And it's also people who are living in this very present world of, they're so used to dysfunction, and it's become a pathology within our community that is the norm and their baseline of what they do.
Right.
And so doing anything outside of that is not just only unknown, but it's not even a norm that they know how to create.
Okay.
That's the part that makes it sad to me.
You held your father in such high regard. How was it? How were you able to shift and says, you know what, I love my dad, but I don't love him enough to have a partner like my dad?
Love that. My dad is a hell of a father. He is not a good man to his women. My dad is a womanizer, but he is a hell of a father. I truly believe that the womanizer in him, and him being able to take his ego out of it when it comes to his relationship with his kids and not glamorize his bad behavior, is what made him such an amazing father.
Okay.
Because he's able to say, I know what I do to women, so let me teach you what it looks like so you don't run into the same type of joker. And my father never put himself on a pedestal about the decisions that he was making. When I got with my ex-fiance, who had two beautiful girls, right, by two different women, my father said, who took great care of me. I was a kept woman. The man was a great guy. My father said, let me explain something to you, baby. When we got engaged, he said, you told me since you can even speak that you never want a man who has multiple kids with multiple women, that you never want a man who is a man like daddy is. He said, what makes that man different? Because it's 2 and not 5? And I said, you know what? You onto something. You're onto something. You're right. It doesn't make a difference. He still is a man who has multiple kids by multiple women. But even in that, my father didn't say, well, it's okay because I got multiple kids.
Right.
You know, some guys like that could be good men. He said, you told me as my daughter, you didn't want that. So even as a father who is doing the same thing, if I have to put myself in a bad light for you to have what's right, then so be it. That is what parenting is about, Shannon. Parenting is about, I remove myself from this for the betterment of you. That is what love is. Not if I tell you, Shannon, don't get a woman who's of age like me, who's a doctor, who don't want a man with kids. Don't get a woman like me. I don't want to tell you that, because if I tell you that, then what? It makes me look bad. No, if I love you, that means I use anything I have to help you get in a better position and do what's best for you. That's what parenting is about.
It's funny that you say that. Why can women have choices but men can't? Women can say, I don't want a man to have kids. I want this, I want that. I want a man that makes 6-7 figures. I want him to be educated. I want him to be God-fearing. I want him to be able to be world travel. Yeah. But a man can't say, well, I want a woman that's 5'7". I want a woman that has long natural hair. I want her to be of this complexion. I want her to be shaped like this. Why can't men say what we want, but women can say what they want?
Let's add one more thing, because I feel like we're deflecting from one more thing.
Okay.
We want her to be this race. We want her to be this type. Let's keep it real. We're not going to deflect from nothing.
What thing?
There's black men who only date non-black women.
Okay.
We don't have to say white women, just say non-black. Because there's black men who only date Latino women, but not white women. There are white men who only have a thing for black women.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a preference. I don't think a man saying, I am only attracted to, or I have only been attracted to this type of woman, means that he doesn't love or respect these other kind of women. Now, on the flip side, a man who says, I am turned off and do not like black women, so I date non-black woman,
Right.
he has mommy issues.
Okay.
He has an identity crisis because you came from the woman you're saying you dislike. So now we have a deeper rooted issue. I'm not saying that a brother who only dates outside of black women cannot also have mommy issues, but if that's just his preference, then that's different than saying I.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see why I don't. They agree with that last part, right? Let me ask you this: if he got mama issues, right? What if he? What if his mama ain't black? What if he got a black daddy? That's why I say she's one sided with a lot of shit in it. And I hate she had this conversation with Shannon, because Shannon don't rebuttal on shit. You need a nigga like me, or like a nigga that's really like, bro, like you not finna have this conversation. That's why a lot of these females don't come on here my show, cause you not finna have this shit. Cause I'm gonna question everything that you trying to throw at a nigga. Like, bro, like you can't come at a nigga like you coming at your baby daddy, right? Because I got custody of my kids, and I do the same shit y'all. A lot of these black females do. A lot of these single mothers do, bro. And I do it excellently well. You feel me? Yeah, we struggling, whatever, whatever. I have my story, I have my shit, but you can't say what a man. Now he might not. It's not to say, but what if his mama's white? What if he had like what if? That's why I don't agree with that part at all. Because I could say this, right? What if that black man, right? He don't date black women because black women shitted on him so long. That's not to say it's right. But if you don't get the attention that you want from this kind of group, like, it's the same thing. Like, we go hard on black males for not dating black women, but y'all don't say shit when you see a Serena, Venus, Kamala coming out with a white man, and it's like, oh, them niggas must have ran her to a white man. What if she got daddy issues? Let's flip it like that. What if she don't like the black man? Like, let's get on this shit, bro. Like, let's call it like it takes two. Just like she tried to put out like, oh, a man ain't the same value if he got multiple baby mamas. Well, what about these goddamn females who like to have all these kids for tax times and have multiple baby daddies? Let's make this shit even, bro, because it's not just all on the male, dog. I got 2 baby mamas, and yes, I've had female problems. I was a sniper out this motherfucker. I've been like that, and I had to grow as a man, because it's not that I just didn't know how to, like, marriage. Like I said, a relationship and marriage just was not my thing, bro. Like, I didn't really even put that two together until I got older, until I really became. I had my kids, and I'm like, man, they need both of us. Like, we need, you know what I mean? Like, you see certain shit when you have your kids full time. A lot of fathers don't have their kids full time. So they not really gonna understand what, like, I can't really. It's not a lot of niggas I could call about what I go through, but I got a lot of homies that call me because they be going through shit. I helped a lot of my brothers get custody of their kids. I got a brother right now, my bro too, working on his shit. You know, he doing what he got to do to get, some rights to his kid. Like, I've got people that I've helped get through certain shit, bro. And you got some good ass females out there. To me, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant just want all the attention. And she's attention manipulator seeker. That's nothing wrong with that. But we're gonna call it a spade what a spade is, bro. And that's kind of a lot of reason why I don't bring females around. One, I know how my daughter is. My daughter love my attention. She don't play that shit. But she hell. You feel me? Even though it that though key, like, if I wanted to have a relationship, I could do it. You know what I mean? She would have to deal with it. But she know, and I say this shit to her, ain't nobody coming before my kids, because I don't want my kids to ever feel like, I'm not gonna get into it, but like, abandonment comes like a lot of time from parents not wanting, like, like I said, they show they don't know how to balance this shit out, bro. They put their mate over their kids, not knowing how that shit affects the kid, bro. Since we want to talk about the Bible, and I don't know the verse on this, but the Bible said that you're supposed to leave your child better off than what you are. How the fuck is what you're doing leaving the kid better off than what you was raised? If you know this shit, like, if you ain't had mama or daddy issues and shit, you would want to correct that and make this shit better for your child. You brought this. Ain't nobody asked you. Nobody Your child didn't knock on your fucking head or your heart and say, fuck they daddy and bring me into this world. That'd be some selfish ass shit. It just be selfishness, bro. And I got people like that I know that's selfish like that. Homies and girls, like they're selfish like that. Just like I tell any female that got kids, bro, I don't never ask to put a like you ask to, and I know they not gonna do it. I wouldn't ask them to put your kids before. I mean, put me before your kids. I wouldn't even want you. That's not how we get down, bro. Like I don't even in the Bible where it says that the husband eats before the child. I never really took that. Like I never was that Bible verse type of person where I like that verse because I feel like, bro, I work hard to provide for my family. I'm gonna eat regardless. I gotta go make my own fucking plate. Yeah, I mean it's cool. The wife posted, but a lot of this traditional shit ain't shit traditional no more in this world. Y'all females ain't traditional. Don't come at me with no Bible verse that's supposed to be traditional because y'all hoes ain't traditional. Ain't nothing traditional no more. So don't fucking come at me with that shit, bro. It's not traditional. So how I raise my kids, bro, like I don't have the same problem that a lot of motherfuckers have. You feel me? Like I don't have these goddamn problems. But let's get on to how her and her father is, right? That conversation, like she said, she be having with her daughter. Me and my daughter's like that. You see where she like if you seen just a few minutes ago, she's here. My boys my Stefan's with his mom and then Avon's with his granddad. But Nala, she's always around me. That's just my like my rider. Like she like all my kids are like equal, but she's gonna stay by my side. So I get what her and her father relationship is. The difference between that it is my daughter really the shit my daughter find out about how I was, her mama be telling her that shit. I don't glorify my past. I don't like them knowing about my past. I don't know them like them know how they like I used to get down, how I move, even when I be moving now and how I be doing shit. They don't be knowing about that shit. You feel me? Like I don't glorify my past and that shit because I don't want my daughter thinking that that's cool like a man supposed to treat a woman like that. Mind you, I'm still working on my ways, but it's a lot of things that I do not glorify, a lot of things I do not show, even with my boys. My boys, like Stephon me and him was watching The Shy one day, and he was like, Dad, ain't she married? And she cheating on her husband? That ain't right. And I looked at him and I'm like, damn, I would have never said no shit like that at his age. But I was so fucking proud of him, bro, because it's like it's working. Whatever, whatever it is, he has that mindset. Like I ain't even trying to be like that. And Stephon, he like Vaughn be focused on his grades, and I love that. But Stephon is me 2.0 with being Casanova and just being that nigga. Feel me? And Vaughn, I believe, as he grow older and get like into himself more, he gonna be one of them little light skin hitters too. You feel me? But I'm not promoting that, and I'm working on like I tell my boys, man, don't it's nothing out here. Once you find a girl and you really like her, be loyal to her, treat her right, be respectful. I teach my boys that because that's just not something we was taught. So I had to reteach myself. That's why I say she doesn't for being a life coach, you play one side a lot of time and you try to fault the man for this and that, but are you going deeper into the side? Did he have a father figure to teach him? Did he have this? Is the mother, how about this? It's a lot of good mothers out here, like Cardi B. She brought up Cardi B one time. Cardi B accepted Offset and his 3 kids and had 3 more kids by him. This shit works sometimes. Now they married, whatever. They live they shit in the same lifestyle. But let's go to this. She had another child by another nigga who got 4 kids at the same fucking time as she do. They like he got a baby by her and got 4 more. I don't hear her saying nothing about that shit. She left a nigga and like it just don't like you feel me. But that's what like she might look like. That's just her, bro. And I appreciate Cardi being a mother or a woman, I say a woman that can accept all the kids because even with me, y'all see, like I said before, my kids, they brother and sister. Yesterday, Stephon, I talked to his little brother, well respected EJ, bro. Like I love they brothers and sister, bro. And they not my blood kids, but I love them like the death because, bro, kids is the future. I could deal with kids better. I could deal with these dumbass adults, bro. Adults will make you lose it all. Kids only mimic what they see. And a lot of times they mimic what they see or they hear or the music and they be lost with that shit. But man, I love kids, dog. And to me, man, she as a like she's beautiful and she says a lot of things, but a lot of things be manipulation and control. And when you don't have somebody like a me, Kevin Samuel, that's gonna rebuttal some shit and make you think and fire back, because she's very intelligent and you could use some words and she could put them bitches in a good sense and make them sound good and all that shit. But you really gotta listen to what the fuck she be saying. And a lot of time, even on the Breakfast Club, this lady called in. She like, I listen to all the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I want to get her to dunk it today. She said, I've been married. She's been engaged twice. But when she was on Nick Cannon, she said she's been engaged 4 times. I do remember that. I thought it was more than 2 times now. But that's her business. I could give two fucks about that shit. Because to me, if you got a man, like, it's marriage to me, bro, is like sacred, bro. Like, I tell all my homies, they can vouch for that shit. I don't care if they don't. They can leave it in the comments if they do or not. I tell them all the fucking time, if you